Traveling is exciting. There's just so much to do and see. Some people ask, do you need to have a travel itinerary? And no, you don't.
Whoa, Mike, you can't say that.
Why not?
We want people to watch our video.
I know, but we're just gonna show them why it's important and how to do it, and if they wish to use one, they can.
That's a gamble.
Yeah, but when they see how easy it's going to be and why it's good to have one, then they'll probably watch this episode twice to get a refresher.
All right, it's your episode.
I've been able to travel quite a bit. I've seen almost all of Canada and the United States, created lengthy itineraries to Australia, New Zealand, Italy, Greece, Scotland, Peru, Ecuador, Egypt, and Jordan. I have seen the value of making an itinerary and how efficient it was to see everything I wanted to see, while giving me time in the places that I wanted to visit. But before I can show you how you can create your own travel itinerary, you should know these 5 things before you start filling out the details. Dates. You need to be there on a specific date or in a general season. Location. What cities do you want to see or will you fly into? Travel styles. Are you planning to get a B&B, hostel, or 5-star hotel? Key experiences. Why are you visiting these places? How many people are going to be traveling? Are you traveling together or separately? This will help you generate information for your itinerary and build a clear picture of what you need to include.
Getting started.
I prefer using Microsoft Excel to help lay down the schedule, as it's easy to break down the content in a way that I can clearly see if I have any activities or really anything planned. This layout really helps when you have a late night departure flight arriving the next day. With this format, you can start inputting the dates that you are planning on flying in and out, the city that you're traveling to, the accommodations that you are staying in, and the key things that you hope to see. The itinerary is important as it prioritizes the places, activities, sites, and experiences that you really want to see. And it gives you an overview of the trip to manage your time accordingly. Those must-see places may simply be open on evenings, or a tour could depart only on a Friday. The museum you might want to visit closes at 6 p.m., and that restaurant you want to eat at? It only takes reservations on weekdays. Researching the places that you want to visit and placing them and their details into your itinerary will ensure to put a spotlight on those essential things that you want to see.
The itinerary.
Now I'm going to show you an itinerary I used on my trip to Egypt and Jordan and how the information was eventually laid out. Now you can see that there was 4 of us that traveled and 2 left earlier than others. It was important to have everyone's details so we knew when everyone was going to land and when we needed to arrange for the accommodations, the transportation, and any key information. Always write down who you're going with and their contact number just in case you need to get a hold of them while you're on the road. Now, as you see, we only spent a day in Cairo and hit up a few key places, which actually ended up taking up the entire day. The next day, we took off to the city of Aswan. As we jumped on another tour with the same operator, almost everything was taken care of for the next 4 days. But I did note some things that we would see and what we had to prepare for. We were going to head to a place called Sharm el-Sheikh, but the departure flight was horrible, and there was a lengthy connection in Cairo, and the cost of the hotel at our destination was a bit pricier. So we decided to stay in Cairo for a night, so that way we could save a few dollars. It allowed us the flexibility that if we happened to run into delays anywhere else or ran into problems, or we just needed a laundry day, we could do it then. As you see, again, I made notes about the transportation, accommodations, the key info of whose name the booking was under, the confirmation of cost of the transportation so that we wouldn't get hosed on the day of. On this leg of the trip, we had a few days to relax, so I didn't book anything other than dropping in some ideas, which we ended up doing. Because we're so close to Jordan, I wanted to visit a few key places there. We flew out and spent a week exploring the country. The same details were logged, as well as the next tour operator, activities, and the key things that we wanted to see and remember. One of the places that I needed to visit was Petra. Now, this place had always been on my mind since I watched Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade as a kid. So I booked us an extra night here so we can get up early and go the second day. Now this was just in case that the weather was bad on the first day, or if there were delays, or if there were a flurry of tourists that made it difficult to see the things that I wanted to see. The tour continues and we visit many other unique and beautiful places along our trip at a pace that was really comfortable with everyone. Now, it was cheaper for us to do a round trip from Canada to Egypt, so we had to make our way back to Cairo 2 days before our flight home. Now, this is something I didn't know until I arrived at the Egypt airport. We were required to get a visa upon arrival, and it was only valid for like 30 or 90 days, and I don't remember. But even though that we left for a week and came back, it was no longer valid and we needed a second visa for the last 48 hours there. I mean, it sucked, but it cost us a little more money, but now I know to check these things. We had a free day in Egypt to pick up any final souvenirs, see the sites that we had missed prior, and enjoyed our last day in Egypt. As traffic can be really bad here, I budgeted for at least an hour to drive to the airport just in case we had any delays. Luckily, there weren't any issues and we made our morning flight home. There is always so much to consider when organizing a trip, and an itinerary is definitely an asset that allows you to maximize your time, prioritize all that you want to see, and be efficient with your routes. If you would like more than 50 tips and tricks on planning your next big adventure, then click on the video above. If you have any suggestions that you think that should also be included, then please comment below. We're the Artistry of Adventure, and we want to spark your creativity to help you experience adventure. Stay connected. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more great advice and inspiration. Now, get out there and face the elements.